In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the Agfa Photo analog photo camera. I'm going to give you the specs, I'm going to show you how to load it, I'm going to show you how to unload it, and I'm going to share some sample images with you too. So let's get started. The Agfa Photo analog photo camera is one of a whole new generation of relatively inexpensive point-and-shoot 35mm cameras, like the double film show, the Kodak M35, and the Agfa's twin, the Ilford Sprite 35. I love the red color and its retro styling, but the specs are really pretty comparable to the other cameras in this new crop of point-and-shoots. It's got a 31mm lens with an f9 aperture, a fixed shutter speed of 1/120th of a second, and a fixed focus of 1 meter to infinity. The built-in flash is powered by one AAA battery and its working range is 1 to 3 meters. Alright, it's time to load it up, and a cheap camera calls for cheap film, so we've got some Arista EDU here, which again is just rebadged Fomapan 400. First things first, we're going to open the back latch. We're going to let gravity work with us, just like we do in the Vivitar Ultra Wide and Slim. There we go. And next step, we're going to go ahead and pull up on the rewind crank here. We're going to insert our film on the left. We're going to push this back down, flush, like that. Now, we're going to take our film leader out, and we're going to go down here on the film spool, right here. We're going to try to catch this second sprocket here onto the little tooth there. Looks like we're good, and it's caught up here as well, which is good. We're going to close the back. We're going to wind this, and if you watch here, take a look at this. This shows you that we've got it loaded correctly, because when I wind this, this is going to turn too. So we're good there. And we're going to snap till this is number 1 in the frame counter. I'm going to give it one more. And we are ready to shoot. Alright, now that I shot that first roll, I'm going to show you how to unload it. Okay, we shot the whole roll, and the frame counter now says E for empty. So we're going to push in the rewind button here and start rewinding. Got a little lever here. We're going to start. And it's 36 exposures, so it's going to take a little bit. I just felt the tension release. And it's spinning very freely now with no tension, so it's all the way back in the canister. So now we're going to go ahead and use the latch to open this up. And you can see our film is wound all the way back into the cassette. So to get it out, we're going to go ahead and pull this up, and it's come right out, and it's ready to develop. Agfa says this camera is best suited for films of 200, 400, or 800 speed. With that f9 aperture, you're going to need a lot of light if you shoot anything under 200 speed. So again, I shot the Arista EDU 400 film, which is rebadged Foma film. Then I developed it in my kitchen sink with Kodak HC110 Dilution B. Then I scanned the images you're about to see with my Epson V550 using Epson Scan 2 software. Stick around after the images and I'll tell you the one thing that drove me nuts about this camera. This camera is all plastic, and that includes the lens, so the quality of the images was really about what I expected. Soft focus, vignetting. Overall, I like the lo-fi vibe. It's compact, it's super lightweight, and I love the retro styling, but there's one thing I couldn't stand about this camera, and that is the viewfinder. Now, it's big enough to see through comfortably even with glasses, but it is not accurate at all. The same day I was shooting the Agfa, I was also shooting my Canon Rebel TI with the 40mm pancake lens. I knew the Agfa had a 31mm lens, but when I looked through the viewfinder, it looked even more zoomed in than the 40 on the TI. It actually looked more like what you would expect on a 50mm lens. So I knew I was going to get more in the frame than what the viewfinder was showing. Since I figured this out pretty early in the roll, I was able to compensate for that so that my final compositions looked more or less like what I had in mind. So if you're looking for high resolution images with meticulously framed compositions and complete control over things like aperture and depth of field, well, keep looking. This camera is not for you. But if you're looking to do some casual shooting, you like a lo-fi aesthetic, and all the point and shoots have dried up at your local thrift store, well then this Agfa can be a decent alternative. You can check out more point and shoot videos by clicking on the playlist popping up on the screen now, and if you want to catch my future film photography videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Until next time, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film!